Hi there, it's me again. So on our last lesson, we visited our standard RL2, retelling stories, and we used the key details to demonstrate our understanding of the lesson. So today we're going to look at our standard RI7, use illustrations and details in a text to describe its key ideas. Let's take a look at our learning targets. I can use illustrations in a text to describe its key ideas. I can use details in a text to describe its key ideas. Now we'll visit our vocabulary. However, I think you should grab a pencil and a piece of paper. Let's take some notes. Let's be mindful of these vocabulary words throughout this text. Let's look at our first word. Cub, a young animal. Our next word is habitat, a place where a living thing is naturally found. Now this word right here, this may be an unfamiliar word. It's rosette, a marking that resembles a rose. Now here, guys, remember our reading strategy when we chunk words. Even though this is an unfamiliar word, we can still see the word rose, and we also see the word set. So remember, chunk the unfamiliar words. Our next vocabulary word is going to be twins. Two animals born at the same time from one mother. Here, let's take a peek at our anchor chart. Key details. Key details are important parts of the story. In here, we see they're using the illustrations to identify who is in the story. This illustration is showing us that it's a little boy with a dog, so we know that those could be the characters from the illustration. The next illustration is telling us, where does it take place? Well, we see that this is a yard. Could be a backyard or a neighbor's yard. And last, what happened in the story? We can see here that the little boy has a ball and the dog has its bone. These are the important parts of the story. However, we can see the illustrations are helping us to kind of determine what's important. Next, let's take a look at our hot questions. How can illustrations and details in a story can help you describe the characters, settings, and events? The next hot question, what details did you hear in the text that helped you to visualize the character? So remember, guys, if you don't see any illustrations, that means you must listen very carefully so you can hear the key ideas that are mentioned to help you visualize the character. The last hot question, what details did you include? So remember, guys, illustrations and details help you to describe the characters, the settings, and the events. So today, guys, we're going to read a story called Big Cats, Jaguars by Clary Archer. And if you notice, it's telling us right here, learn about jaguars, one of the fiercest cats on earth. So if we remember our genre types, guys, we know that the genre of this book must be nonfiction because the first thing we see is a table of contents. And remember, the table of contents shows us what page each topic is on if we want to go straight to a topic to read about in this book. It tells us what page each topic is on. Next, let's go ahead and take a picture walk. Let's do a picture walk in this book. Oh, look at the jaguar. We see woods, and the color of the jaguar has spots. Oh, these are nice illustrations. Look at the water. The jaguar looks like he's on the hunt for something. Oh, we see another picture of the jaguar's fur right here. And here are some other jaguars, or another color of another jaguar. So what can we predict that this book is going to be about? We know that it's going to be about big cats that are jaguars. Let's begin reading to see if we can clarify our predictions. Here's our topic, jaguars. Jaguars lived in South and Central America and Mexico. They live in many habitats. Here's a vocabulary word, habitats. Jaguars usually live in areas with lots of plants. You will almost always find them living near water. And here we see this picture where it's a lot of water. And we can kind of predict that they're not deep in the water. Even though the text didn't say it, we can kind of see them walking on top of the water a little bit, which means it's not deep. It's kind of shallow. Jaguars usually have tan or bright orange fur. They have black spots called rosettes. This is another vocabulary word, rosettes. Something that resembles a rose. So maybe these spots here resemble a rose. Jaguars are sometimes completely black, guys. Look, it's completely black, and their spots are hard to see. So if you take a look very closely right here, you can see their spots. It's kind of hard to see because it looks just completely black. And even though the text didn't tell us, guys, we see that they're being friendly. So maybe we can form the idea or opinion that the jaguars are friendly to each other. Jaguars are big cats. Only big cats can roar. Look at him roaring. Look at that mouth. And even though he's a big cat, we can use this illustration to see he has a big mouth as well. And big teeth. Ooh, sharp, big teeth. Here's another topic, hunting. Jaguars usually hunt on the ground. They sometimes hide in trees. Here's another topic, food. Jaguars are meat eaters. Look at him eating that fish. They eat deer, turtles, fish, and more. So he's eating fish right here. And guys, by the look of it, it looks like this could potentially be at night or late in the evening because it's a little dark. in the back. So maybe he's hunting the fish at night or late in the evening. Baby jaguars is this topic. Jaguars have 1 to 4 babies at a time. They often have twins. Here's another vocabulary word. So this is the mommy, and these are her twins. And they look just alike. Baby jaguars are called cubs. Cubs learn everything from their mothers. Here's the mommy cub. And there's the baby cub. And here are some more facts about jaguars. Jaguars are closely related to leopards. It can be very hard to tell them apart. A jaguar's fur helps it to hide in its habitat. Oh, that's another vocabulary word, or the vocabulary word that we already read about. This is called camouflage. So when an animal camouflage, it hides or kind of blends in its habitat. A jaguar's bite is 2 times as strong as a lion's bite. Its jaw can bite through a turtle's shell. That's pretty hard. So now, guys, let's use the illustrations to identify the characters and the settings and the events. So we see now the character. This book was mainly about jaguars, so we can consider that to be the character. The setting was at different places. If we look here, maybe the water, the woods. And what are some events that you noticed in the story? A jaguar eating, baby jaguars playing with their mother, So now, guys, let's talk about our exit ticket. I would like for you to record the connection. Think about jaguars that you've seen maybe at the zoo or on TV or pictures in a book or a magazine to kind of visualize and help you with your illustration. I would like for you to draw the main character who the book was mostly talking about. Then you're going to describe the connection between the text and the illustration. What details did you hear in the text to help you visualize the character or who the book was mostly talking about? Then you're going to show the illustration right here with your picture. Here's an example. So over here is what the text actually said. Here's the connection, and here's your illustration. So I'd like for you to record the connection in the text that we just read and describe the connection between the text and the illustration. I would like for you to write this on a sheet of paper, take a picture of it, and upload it to our class dojo. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't be afraid to reach out to me. Thank you for the lesson today. Enjoy.